I had no intentions on making a video today, but this topic has been in my mind since I've been playing Battlefield 6 here that I have to share with you guys. Every time I get on here and play, I'm like, I gotta make a video about this. So here I am, unscripted as always, just raw, real form with you guys. And I wanna let you know, before I dive into my favorite gaming headset for Battlefield 6, when I tell you why, this is gonna be a brief summary. If you want a detailed, deep dive on this headset, I did do a standalone video. It'll be pinned right down in the first comment, but today we're just going to briefly going around it. And I know a lot of people out there will be like, oh, well, what about this? And what about that? And you know what? Sure, at the end of the day, I have all of those headsets in my closet. I have amps and DACs and studio or audiophile headphones. But at the end of the day, even though I review every headset and headphones and high-end stuff out there, I'm still a core consumer at the core, right? At the true form. And that's where this headset really resonates as far as the performance and everything I'm about to talk about. And then it is truly what I would buy if I was not a product reviewer, right? We still got to be level-headed as product reviewers, not just, oh, hey, this $1,000 product's the best, right? I still like those average accessible products. And this one truly hits the nail on the head. Let's check it out. And I'm sure to no surprise to you guys, it is the SteelSeries Arctis Nova 7s. These are the Gen 2s, but the Nova 7s across the line are just that tried and true. They've always been one of my favorite headsets. This is the PlayStation version, but they do have a PC version and an Xbox version. The Xbox version works across every single platform, but I've been playing a lot of PlayStation lately since I got PlayStation Pro, hence the reason I'm using this one. Now, just briefly running over this, the core thing I really love about this headset is everything it's packing. You got Bluetooth in your core audio, game to chat, which only works on PlayStation, by the way. But as far as your Bluetooth and your 2.4, it's simultaneous. So if you get a phone call, you can adjust it. If you want your game volume to go all the way off, you can get your phone call, or you want to listen to music in the background, you can do that. Again, me with the son, I want to be able to get those important calls when he's at school or something, even though I'm completely sucked into Battlefield. And then, of course, you got your microphone, which we'll do a test here shortly. SteelSeries mics are just but again, the features that this is packing has everything. And then, of course, the comfort of the Nova 7s is top notch. Me with a bald head here, I'm in a hot, humid climate down south, and I'm playing Battlefield for hours upon hours, as maybe that's not too healthy, but I absolutely love this game, and I play it for long sessions. And when I put the Nova 7s on my head, I can just game all day. My ears aren't getting sweaty. I'm not getting fatigued. I'm not feeling any pressure with glasses. I can take them on and off. Again, I'm not getting any pressure points anywhere. It is so comfortable, so breathable, and you can just use these all day long.
All right, so now I want to give you a quick listen to the microphone. And by the way, if you want to add me up on Battlefield, go on ahead. I'm the Techne pretty much across every game, but join up on there. Again, I don't use a microphone whenever I game, but join up. We'll get some squad deathmatch in and see where we can go. But add up and let's get some rounds in. But again, you're hearing the microphone right here, which is probably the one weak point of this headset. Many SteelSeries headsets, right? Their microphones have been airy out there. But right now you're looking at the microphone. Let me go over here real quick, and I want to show you the audio. Again, this is the EQ I prefer, The Last of Us Part 2. And you can see the bass is up here a little bit. The highs are up a little bit, but nothing drastic, right? So this is just, again, a really fun EQ. Make sure to give this one a shot. By the way, if you have this headset, and you can do all this in the phone app as well. I showed that in my standalone review. Everything I'm showing you here, you can adjust in the phone app. So if you're on PlayStation, don't worry. You can still do everything we're talking about. Right down here, our microphone volume is set to 4, and then volume limiter. Make sure this is off. When you get it straight out of the box, it's going to be lit up orange. That means it's on, and this reduces your volume here. Make sure to turn that off because this headset comes to life. So very, very important there. And make sure you click save at the end of any of them right there. Same with the app right there. But coming on over here, again, the microphone, you're seeing it on flat right here. Nothing else tweaked. This is just the core microphone. And SteelSeries headsets have always been a little bit nasally. That is the one weak point. But again, myself, I don't use a microphone whenever I'm gaming. but you can tweak it. You got plenty of EQs to choose from right here, and you got your 2.4 in Bluetooth settings. But all in all, I just wanted to show you my microphone settings and then those audio settings right there to make sure you turn those off, and again, give you a listen to this microphone.
But now for one of the biggest standout reasons why this is my favorite headset for Battlefield 6 being sound, and that's hard to say because again, everything I just talked about is truly a deciding factor as well. There's multiple things I need in a headset, but the sound really stands out in this headset here. As far as playing Battlefield 6, there's multiple things I want. I want to hear my enemies, whether they're downstairs, upstairs, coming around the corner. I want that immersion. The fun thing about Battlefield is feeling like you're on the battlefield, right? The levelation, everything just crumbling down, the different sounds of weapons or attachments you have on it. Battlefield truly brings that to life. It's not like Call of Duty where you got all these crazy score streaks going over and people hollering, not people like players, but announcers and stuff hollering things in the background, you know? You truly get immersed into the battlefield. And you want that, right? We all can say, oh, it's competitive. That's all I want is footsteps. And you want to dumb down your sound so all you hear is footsteps. And it's just like, well, you just took half of the fun out of the game. Like Battlefield, I've been playing it since day one, right? Not just this game, but all the Battlefields. And again, you want to get immersed into it. And this headset truly does that. By the way, right now, what you're seeing playing overlaid here, I have 2 rounds that I played. I'm not sure if I'll yap about the sound throughout those 2 rounds, but they're unedited, just straight to the core gameplay, right? I can sit here and cut, clip, but I like to show you those raw, real gameplay as you can see me reacting to enemies and things that are going on in the environment, right? Real and raw, not just showing you cool clips, you know? But this headset, again, whether I'm playing low and slow, which I don't do too much, I'm more of a medium pace type of player in Battlefield. Every now and then I'll hold back and get a little bit of, not sniping, but, little assault rifle single shots in right there. And I can still hear my enemies coming around the corner. Now, Battlefield does have a lot of uniform shuffling in there, right? So that can overtake it sometimes some of your footsteps and whatnot, but you can still decipher, especially when things start to slow down. In the SteelSeries Nova 7s, they deliver that to you. You get that immersion, but you can still get that detail. Now, the only downfall of this right here is, say a building's crumbling on you, and I'm testing this on some audiophile headphones here, and I've tested it with other like Razer Black Sharks and stuff, and I will say some of them can separate that a little bit better than the SteelSeries. Like if you got crazy bass going on and then this other stuff, even though the bass will always overtake it, that is maybe the one downfall of this. But I mean, heck, if a building's coming down on you, honestly, that's all you should really hear, you know what I mean? If you take anything else out of it, it's almost unrealistic and you just lost that immersion. So again, the cool thing about this is you really get that Battlefield feel. You get that bass, you get that rumble. Like seriously, you're gonna feel that headset kind of shake on you sometimes if a grenade goes off by you, or again, a wall's coming down on you. You really get that right here. But all of the sounds, it's hard to say it's true and natural. It really sounds like a pure sound. It is an in-your-face sound. It really is. And I've tested this headset using just straight up sonar, SteelSeries sonar. I use actually the Last of Us 2 EQ through sonar, and it works really good because you get those highs, but it's not screechy, and you still get that bass body immersion back there. It's a really nice EQ. So if you have the SteelSeries headsets with sonar, try. Again, you can adjust it with the app with this one or on PC. But if you're on PlayStation, you can adjust it in the app and just select the Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. Great EQ for Battlefield. It really is. But I also dabbled with this with Dolby Atmos, and it definitely cranked it up a bit, took it to a whole nother level right there. Kind of the smacks and pops got a little bit more bright, but I didn't really catch myself needing that. Again, just straight up using sonar, which is really cool, because a lot of headsets I'll say, well, I'm gonna go into Dolby Atmos, and I love Dolby Atmos, there's no denying it, right? But I know a lot of you are playing on console, and being able to control this headset right by the app on your phone and dabble with an EQ, I mean, you're gonna find that EQ for you. Maybe you won't like the Last of Us 2 EQ, but don't just go straight to Battlefield and guess that's what it's supposed to be. Like, try some different ones. You'll find the one that's good for you. And again, Last of Us Part 2 is the one I like when I play Battlefield, and it delivers everything to me. Like, I smile. Like when I'm gaming with this, I'm so into it. Like, call it corny, but I'm like leaning around the corners when I hear enemies, you know? I'm smiling when I hear something super cool. That's just me nerdy. That's why I make these videos, right? I nerd out about it. And that's what this headset truly delivered in each round of this. I mean, there's moments where it made me jump when an enemy came behind me with a shotgun or something, you know? It was just really cool. It was immersive and it pulled you into that game, and it really gave me everything that I wanted playing Battlefield. That is why this headset is my favorite for Battlefield. It gives me exactly what I want for this game, and I think you'll be pretty surprised with it once you get it, dial it into what you prefer in sound. You can test out what I like, but again, sound is personal preference. But let me tell you what, this headset delivers for Battlefield 6. And with everything this headset's packing, from features and functions to the sound, at $200, I truly think this headset is worth it. Again, it covers everything that I look for in a wireless headset. A++, 100% across the board. It does everything I want. Again, the downfall is going to be the microphone. SteelSeries microphones have always been kind of and even though Battlefield is a team kind of communicate type of game, I don't really talk during any of my games, but I always recommend you get a standalone microphone anyways. It's just always gonna be better than any gaming headset. So that would be the one downfall here, but all in all, this is my go-to for Battlefield 6.